How's everybody doing? This is Randall Avery, aka Uncle Money. I'm trying something out a little bit new. It's gonna be walk and talk with Uncle Money. I'm gonna get my workout in, and I'm also gonna talk to you guys, share a little bit about what's going on in my mind, what I'm working on, and just things, something I want to talk about. So today it is a beautiful day, as you can see. It's the perfect day for a walk in my neighborhood, burn some calories, and talk to you guys. If you guys like this type of medium, just let me know in the comments section down below. But we're going to go ahead and get into our topics for today. But first, we're going to go ahead and do a little bit of a market update. Our market as far as our investments. Stock market is going down a little bit. There's been some talk about trade wars, considering some of the policies that our president may instill against China and various other nations. So that's kind of have the market for a spook. But me personally, I believe that with the new tax code that has been passed, that the profits are going to outweigh any concerns in the long run of the market. So that's kind of my opinion there. So with all that said, let's go with what's on my mind and kind of what I'm currently working on at this time. And the key thing that I'm working on is like a little attack dog behind me now. The key thing that I'm working on is helping my clients really take a holistic approach to their finances. And the key way we're going to do that is we're going to first start off by running their credit report. And the question is, why is credit so important? Especially if maybe you might not be interested in getting a line of credit for yourself or even taking on any more debt. Why is credit such an important factor? Well, because of the way things are structured nowadays, your credit just doesn't talk about your financial situation. It can affect things like, you getting an apartment, you going to get another job. So many different things in life is affected by our credit scores now, that making sure that you pay attention to it is becoming more and more important as the years go along. So there's one thing that I want everybody to do. You get a free copy of your credit report from the three main credit bureaus. And the goal is to pull that credit report at least 3 times per year. So you have 3 credit reports, so just pull each credit report 1 time per year. This way you can kind of monitor any activity, and also make sure that all the credit reports are consistent with what you feel like it should be. The second thing I want you to do is go ahead and register with Credit Karma. This way you can gain access to your credit report at any time, and I think this is critically important. Last but not least, make sure if you don't plan on using any debt within the next year and a half, go ahead and freeze your credit report. It's pretty easy, it's pretty straightforward. Make sure you save all of your documents of your freeze documents so you have your password to unlock it. But this way you understand are taking a proactive approach to freezing your credit. Now, with all that said, what is the best way to raise your credit score? The first way and the simplest way is to make sure you pay your bills on time. That includes all your credit cards, your notes, car notes, your mortgage payments, and even sometimes your rental bills and your utility bills, because sometimes those things can actually show up on your credit report, and that's a good way to do it. The second way is to increase your debt utilization. So what does that mean? That means making sure that you're showing that you are not using all of your debt. And ideally you want to keep that debt utilization under 30%. So let's say, for example, you only have a $100 credit card. Ideally, you should never keep your balance above $30 of that balance. That way you keep your debt utilization under that 30% threshold. This is important, and also think that it shows what it really shows is that you have discipline enough with the debt that you have that you don't have to use it. And if you did have to use it all, there are adequate reserves so that you won't become delinquent. And I don't agree with that methodology or that thought process, but it's not for me to agree. It's how they measure, and since they're measuring that way, let's make sure that you have the highest score possible. All right. So make sure you do those two things, and I'm sure that if you do those, Make sure that your debt utilization is high as possible. That could even include calling your current credit card company and asking them to increase those rates. Now, excuse me, I'm going up a hill and I'm running slightly out of breath. So those are the things that I'm thinking about today, helping my clients become in the best credit situation, because I know it affects so many other factors from their life, from being employed to getting an apartment to getting a home that they want, starting their own business. Credit affects so many things, and I think it's unfortunate, but it is the way it is. So I hope you enjoyed this walking, talking with Uncle Money. Hopefully next time I'll be able to walk and talk and get over this hill without the trouble that I had beforehand. But if you like what you see, please leave a comment below. Stay in contact, and hopefully we can do this a lot more. Y'all take care.